Hi everybody. Today I'd like to teach you how to create a grid drawing of an animal. You're going to need a picture of an animal that has a grid on it, and you're also going to need a piece of paper that has a light grid. Artists have been using the grid method for a long time to draw really complicated pictures accurately. So there are some tricks that help you create a picture that's going to look exactly like your photograph. So I'd like to show you how to get started. I'm going to suggest the first thing you do is number your grid. So I'm going to start with 1, and in each box, I'm going to write a number in order. I'm using a pen so that you can see what I'm doing, but you can use a pencil so that if you want to erase it when you're done, you can do that. So I'll continue to number every single box, both on the photograph and on my grid paper. I've numbered both of my papers from 1 to 80. The numbers should be exactly the same. Now I'm ready to start drawing. So I'm going to use a tool that looks like this. It's got a square cut out of the middle. And all I'm going to do is place my box, my yellow paper, on top of box number 1. There's nothing inside of box number 1, so I'll leave box number 1 blank on my drawing. Nothing in box 2 or 3. I notice that I don't have anything in any of my boxes until I get to box number 18. So I'm going to start there. I'll put my yellow paper around box 18. And now what I like to do is trace the line that I see here. I notice that it starts fairly close to the corner. So in my box 18, I'm going to make a little mark near the corner. I see that it's a curved line and it ends about a quarter of the way up in the box. Then I can draw it. If you draw lightly, you can erase it if you make a mistake. I'll move on to box 19. I see that it starts in the same place and ends, this line here, ends in about close to the middle. I finished my first line of the raccoon's head. And you might ask, Mr. Rudiger, why are we doing it one box at a time? The reason why is because this picture might be kind of difficult to draw freehand without having anything to help you. It might be difficult to put things in the correct place or to make the proportions accurate where everything is the right size and in the right place. But by just drawing one box at a time where there might only be one line, that makes it a lot easier. So by breaking the picture up into smaller pieces, we can draw each box accurately to create a finished drawing that looks just like the photograph. So I'm going to continue working on my drawing. I've gotten to a point in my raccoon's face where I'm starting to draw the facial features like the eye. So I'm going to place my yellow box on top of box 43 here. I notice that the eye line here touches the bottom right there. I see that it curves up and then stops a little over the midway point here. So I can draw what I see. And there's a white section and then a black section. There's even a highlight. Then I'll move it over and continue the eye on the other side so that I see that it curves down and ends right above the grid line here. Goes to about there. curve up. It even looks like there's a little bit of an eyelid. So I'll finish the highlight here. And there's my raccoon's eye. Later, I can add value to the picture so that we can see the lights and darks. But right now, I'm just doing a line drawing. All right, I took my time and really tried to draw each box one at a time. Now it's time to add some value or some lights and darks. My picture here is a contour line drawing rather, and I need to add value to it so that it really starts to look like this picture. I don't really need the grid anymore. I could go ahead and erase some of my numbers if I wanted to, but I might as well keep them there for a little while until I finish adding my value. Then I can erase all of the lines that I don't want. So I'm going to look at the different parts of the face and figure out maybe where the darkest value is. I see some really dark values in the eye and some dark values in the paw and the nose. So I'm going to go ahead and start to create a really dark value by pushing hard with my pencil. I've really been looking closely at the dark values in my photograph and trying to copy what I see here. Now, if you make a mistake, you can always use an eraser to help you fix areas that should be lighter. I'll continue to work on my raccoon's face, adding value where I see darkness and leaving the lighter areas light. My raccoon is very fuzzy and very furry. So I'm trying to make my marks kind of mimic the fur from the photograph. You might have an animal that has very smooth skin. So if your animal has smooth skin, you might try a technique that is blending. I've gotten a tissue paper and I noticed that the area around my raccoon's nose is fairly smooth. So what I can do is use that tissue paper and just blend the area close to it. So it smooths out the scratchy marks from my pencil and makes it much smoother. Let's see, is there anywhere else I can smooth out? Maybe I want to smooth out this dark space near his eye. Just kind of wipe it. It fills in all of that paper, all of those white spaces. Okay. And if I needed to bring some white back or some light areas that I had erased, or that I had filled in rather, I can use an eraser and then continue working. I'm pretty happy with the picture that I've created of my raccoon. I spent a lot of time looking back and forth trying to match those values. I even erased the numbers on my drawing grid, and now it's your turn. I can't wait to see what you create.